Good morning, family. Good morning. And welcome to Take a Sip of Morning Motivation. Y'all, I'm smiling because I'm telling you, welcome to a Sip of Morning Motivation. But to be honest, I'm going to come on a little bit later today. Hey, whoever just clicked in, it's not showing me your name. That's why I said whoever just clicked in. However, I am going to hop on within the next few hours to have a conversation with you guys. I know 8 o'clock is our time, but last weekend, my friend's bridal shower, and I was up and running at 8 o'clock in the morning. This morning is my daughter's 16th birthday. Hey, Tootie, good morning. It is her 16th birthday, y'all. Morgan Naomi is turning 16. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Sabrina. And to be honest, at the end of the day, I want to be all things and make it to all things and be on time for all things. But she is having a cookout today. And we all know that I'm going to cook all the food for that cookout. But a couple things. Her dad is on the grill, but today is her 16th birthday. And to be honest, I want to hop on and I want to talk with you guys, but I'm going to do it a little bit later throughout today because what I've learned through this process is we have obligations and we have promises that we've made people, but we have to remember what our main priorities are and our obligations are. And today is my daughter's 16th birthday. So I'm going to hop and be everything she needs me to be on today. That's why I didn't tag a whole lot of people. I figured who would be on would hop on and see me. But today is Morgan's 16th birthday. So I have to make sure that I'm all things that she needs. And yes, Tiffany, we have to take care of family first. Sometimes we feel so bad. Good morning, Mo. Sometimes we feel so bad because we fall short in places we really want to be present in, but we forget the most important people sometimes in trying to please everyone else. So today is Suge's day. So if you ever hear me talk about Suge, I'm talking about Morgan. Hey, Cecilia. So today is Suge's 16th birthday, my last baby. And the crazy part is, you sit and go, oh, when they grow up, it's going to be me and my husband. We're going to travel the world. We're going to move. We're going to go because they're going to be grown. They're going to be away in school doing their own thing. And then as time comes and your baby gets older, and your baby is actually very close to going off to college. So she is 16 today, and she will be in 11th grade this year, and she's so close to her dream. And her dream is to go to Howard University. And Anthony is 20 now. The crazy part is my babies are growing up. And everything that I thought about 50 times, like, oh, yes, we're going to travel the world. It's going to be me and my husband. We're going to, it started getting real. And you start realizing that, oh, crap, I might not be as ready for them to go as I thought I would be, right? So today is one of those days. But as I celebrate her, I send y'all love and peace and joy on this day. Because at the end of the day, family is something we can't replace. Relationships with our children aren't something we should take for granted. And so spending time with them is most important. And preparing for them, celebrating them on their day, is so important. I can remember the times where Suge and I, it wasn't a bad relationship at all, but she is most definitely a daddy's girl. She is most definitely a daddy's girl. But these last several months, over the course of the last year, I think with the pandemic, me and Morgan have established a different relationship. We actually laugh more. We enjoy more. But it took a lot for me to understand the young lady Suge had grown into, the young lady Morgan had morphed into. And what we have to realize is our children don't always look or do the things that we want them to do, but giving them the space to be who they are, because sometimes we take that space from them. Sometimes we rob them of that space of being who they are, the transition in life of growing into the woman or the male they're going to be. Because as parents, we have an idea of what we expect our children to be like, expect our children, what we expect them to look like, what we expect them to do. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Miss Nancy. Good morning, Tamika. You know, things that we expect them to do, right? Because, hey, Shay, because we had this idea when we gave birth, because they're going to be this, this, and this. But we don't get to design. We don't get to pick. God has already called them who they will be, just like he's called us to be who we are. So we have to allow them the space in their growth to be who God has called them to be. Yes, they're going to go through journeys. Yes, they're going to have obstacles. And in those obstacles, guess what? Those obstacles are what build them for who they will be. So at that point, they become who God has called them to be. We had to go through the same journey. We had to go through the same thing. So what I'm offering to y'all this morning, same thing I had to get to myself. I have to allow Morgan to be who Morgan's going to be. I have to allow Morgan to make the decisions that Morgan's going to make. Because guess what? That's part of her testimony. And if I try to tailor make everything that Morgan goes through, then she won't be able to go out here and reach the people she's supposed to reach. My mom didn't always always love what I did. She didn't always like what I chose. She didn't. And guess what? I did it anyway. I did it, but it helps me be the Shavetta that shows up for you all on Saturday mornings. The one that shows up in the salon and the one that shows up at the school. I'm all these places and I'm able to function in all these ways because I walked this life out. I made the mistakes. I had the hiccups. I had the bumps and bruises. But we shouldn't be another check mark, another person that make them feel bad about the decisions that they've made, the shortcomings that come up, the disappointments. No, we should be there to give them wise counsel, encourage them, support them, but never leave them. Give them the space. I'm ready to get into this blessing. Thank you for being the deliverer. I love you so much. I love you too, Lisa. I love you. You know, and so that's the space I was in, guys, because I had this thought of what Morgan would do. I had this thought of who Morgan would be. Good morning, Ed. You know, and who Morgan would be and what that would look like and how she would show up. But who am I to say how she'll show up? It's just my job to support Morgan in her showing up, to be her biggest fan. You know, because it's enough people out here in this world not showing up for our babies. It's enough people out here in this world disappointing our kids and not being clear on our support for them. So I had to start showing up. I had to stop being that nitpicking mama. You know what I'm saying? And well, you know, I don't like that. Well, show me who you are. Because in their clothes, in their hair, in their personality, lies who they are. It lies in who they are. So when she wanted to do her hair, now don't get me wrong, I'm still very much the mama that has boundaries. You know, I'm not saying let them go out here and be free willy. You know what I'm saying? But I have boundaries. But at the end of the day, I had to learn to allow Morgan to be Morgan. So Suge also, you know, she raps. And the funny part was we found out her brother's graduation cookout that Morgan could actually rap. I had no clue. Little Anthony graduated, I think it was 2019. And we were down in the great room. And everybody was like, let's rap. You know, everybody was rapping. My nephew freestyled. And the crazy part was, y'all, Morgan, good morning, Regina. Good morning, Tiffany. Morgan was sitting there. Morgan was like, I'm up next. I was like, man, go ahead, Morgan. Go ahead. You can't, you know what I mean? Before I even listened to my child, I was like, you can't rap. No. And it's crazy that her auntie Tiffany is on here because her auntie Tiffany Styles was a rapper. Excuse me. Let me not say was a rapper. Tiffany is very much still a rapper, right? So, and they've always had a connection. They've always got along, and it's always been bananas. But so, hey, Gina. So we're sitting down here in the great room, And all of a sudden, Suge takes the mic and Suge raps. She freestyle straight off the, how they would say, off the dome. Y'all know how I ain't that hip. So straight off the top, Suge kills it. When I tell you, bring me to tears, because the things she rapped about was things of her heart. The way people don't show up for people, the way that people doubted her, the way people don't come forth for her, like literally straight off the dome. And it wasn't no quick little line. Suge went in. Suge went in. And I had tears in my eyes. All I could do was run up the stairs to see if I could find her brother. Brother wasn't here. And so I was like, oh my God. And it's on video. I think 2 people got it on video. I may post it today because Morgan actually came out with her own EP. She has her own song that was featured at her school's drive-in for Black History Month. Morgan is everything that when she was in my womb, plus some. I rubbed my belly and I said she will be on stages and people will know her name and she's going to be, you know, and I just did all these things because at that point it was a rough situation because me and my husband was not planning to have a baby. And we were just coming out of one of our rough times, you know, marriage. We've been married 22 years this year. And a pregnancy was not what was supposed to happen. We were supposed to spend time together, he and I, with the one kid, but just he and I focusing on us. And Suge came. So I remember speaking to Suge because I didn't want her to feel disappointed or that she wasn't wanted. It just wasn't the perfect timing. But when I tell you she's all of that, so when the personality comes up, oh, here's her daddy. You gonna come speak to the people on live? He looking at me like, no. Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
So giving Suge her space of who she is. So she is a dope rapper, and they actually have an album release tomorrow. Not for her single, but she did a collab on a album as well. So she is singing, and I think she sings a hook or so on that one, but she's rapping on that one. Tiffany said, hey, baby, and Shay. She's actually rapping, so she's on a collab album as well. So Suge is really, he's about to warm his food up while we're on live. So if you hear the microwave, that's what it is. Suge is really growing and stretching. So Morgan is one of a kind. And I said all that to say, I would have never got to that point if I didn't move out of Morgan's way. If I didn't allow Morgan to show up in Morgan's authentic way. Morgan's quirky. Either you gonna love her or you gonna hate her. But she gonna show up the same way. It's either you gonna accept her or you're not. She's going to show up the same way. So if you don't like the hugs and you don't like the, Quantisa said, hey, babe, you don't like the hugs and you don't like the Morgan loud laugh, Morgan's personality, she's okay with it. And she's when I say definitely okay with it, she doesn't surround herself around people who doesn't give her positive energy anymore. She is walking in her truth. And I'm just blessed that I caught up and realized where I was falling short as a mother in that space for her, allowing her to be unique in her own way, allowing her to show up in her authentic self at a younger age, so then she's not a grown woman going through identity crisis because I've tried to morph her into something I wanted her to be instead of her being who she is. God created her. She's beautifully and wonderfully made. So she has a photo shoot today, her 16th birthday photo shoot, and then she has a photo shoot. We call them the triplets. If anybody knows me, I grew up in a cul-de-sac where all of my sisters were older than me. So all my cul-de-sac sisters are older than me, but 3 of us were pregnant at the same time, and we literally went into labor days apart. So we have the triplets. They're born within a week together, so they all turn 16 at the same time. So they will have a photo shoot right after Morgan's photo shoot, and then we're going to fire up the grill and have her a Sweet 16 cookout. She tells me last night that she's going upstairs to get the mic out of her room because it will be a rap battle here at the house today. So I think I'm going to go live for y'all for her rap battle because she said the mic is coming out. It's going to be one. So it's about to be, as the children would say, lit. Because Suge say it's going to be a rap battle. And I believe her. So I hope the people are here to do it. You know what I mean? But something tells me if they not, she going to do it by herself. She's going to have a full-fledged rap battle by herself. And that's what I love about the kid. The kid is going to show up for herself if nobody else does. So I am excited, but what I'm offering to y'all this morning, and I said I wasn't going to stay on, but I did. It may not be our full 45 minutes sip of morning motivation, but what I offer to you guys on today is to allow your children their authentic space. Allow them to be who God has called them to be. Allow them the space to show up. It may not look like what we want. It may not line up with our principles. It may not make us all warm and fuzzy on the inside, but it's for a reason. So you continue to pray in the background for them. You continue to motivate them. You continue to give them the words of encouragement. You continue to push them, but allow them space to be who they are. Because guess what? God created them. We didn't. They're only ours for a borrowed time anyway. They belong to the Most High God. You know, God, they're God's children. So they're only given to us for a little while. So while we have them, let's love on them. While we have them, let's support them. While we have them, let's encourage them. While we have them, let's show up for them. But we have to allow our children to be themselves, because at some point, we needed the space to be who we are. We would never be able to sit before you and do lives. We would never be able to walk the stages that we walk. We would not be able to show up in the places and give the testimonies we have given if we weren't allowed the space to do so. Don't forget, we weren't perfect. We weren't perfect. We acted a fool. We did some things. And guess what? It allows us to have the testimonies. It allows us to have the wisdom. It allows us the space to give positive feedback. Y'all could tell I was not going to stay on here this long because I'm sitting here holding this phone. It allows us all the space that we need. So on today, what I offer to you is allow your children the space. Give them the space to be who they are. Yes. Yeah, Tip, a plum fool. All of us. And we just forget. And it's because we don't want them to go through what we went through. But some things we can't alter. Some things we can't change. So on today, guess what? Hey, Antley, how are you? Allow your kids the space to be who they are. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they're pretty amazing. All of our children. All of our children are amazing. So like you right, Gina. Listen, I'm about to head out and get everything I need, but I'm going to make sure whenever whatever time this rap battle about to pop off, because that's what she told me while she was getting her hair braided last night. Oh, it's going to be a rap battle. It's going to be one. I said, well, all right, girl. It's going to be a rap battle. So I'm going to go live. That's when I'll go live again, whenever the rap battle starts. So I'll make sure I have the ring light up and everything so y'all can see it all. You guys, have a great day. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hopping into a sip of morning motivation. Very raw and uncut. Holding the phone, not staged. And I will see y'all later on today at the rap battle. And be looking out for her song to come out before long. But I will make sure I go live so y'all can see it. I love y'all all. Have an amazing Saturday. Once again, I'm Shavetta Belton, the owner of Divine Oasis. We actually have 2 locations now. One on Two Notch and one located in the village of Sand Hill, Discovery Village, in the apartment complex. Education leader at Paul Mitchell School, Columbia. Motivational speaker. And a life coach. So I look forward to seeing you all. The Cash App, can I put my Cash App in there and I will send it over to her because we hadn't started her Cash App yet. So I will put my Cash App in the comments at the bottom, and y'all could bless her. I'll make sure she gets it all, because if she hear that y'all send her a Cash App, she gonna be counting her coins. Y'all hear me? She gonna make sure she get everything you send her. So I love you all. Thank y'all for loving on me and my baby and my family always. Be blessed, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.